If you don't utilize this one science-backed mental tool, you're probably showing up stressed out, feeling behind, anxious, not confident, and essentially shooting yourself in the foot. Your current core beliefs are in charge, and you're behaving in the ways you've always behaved. This is mental imagery, and it's one of the most powerful skills in a cognitive athlete's toolkit. As a cognitive athlete, you train constantly by solving problems, and your work is high stakes. But what if you could gain years of high-quality rehearsal for meeting the moment and being at your best without spending extra hours at the office? As a high achiever, you probably have some pretty bold goals for your career and life. What if you could shorten the distance between now and accomplishing that goal? You can, and that's the power of mental imagery. I will use the term mental imagery in this video, but some people call it visualization. Now, this isn't just see it and it will happen. It's not manifestation woo-woo stuff. This is grounded in neuroscience, and there is a ton of research supporting mental imagery. For example, researcher Alan Richardson studied basketball players. After 20 days, the athletes who only visualized free throws improved their percentage by 23%, and the group that physically practiced improved 24%, almost identical in improvement. The group that did nothing saw no change. Your brain is a rehearsal system. What gets mentally repeated gets hardwired. Now, mental imagery is essentially creating a vivid movie in your mind's eye. It's not vague daydreaming, it's deliberate. And because our brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality, it's like you're physically rehearsing. It's like you're there in the moment. When you practice imagery, you can view yourself from a first-person perspective, seeing your hands on the keyboard or hearing your voice in the meeting, or from an outside perspective, watching yourself perform with excellence. The key is to include as many sensory details as possible. What do you smell? What are you wearing? What are the details of your clothes? What does the chair feel like? What is the feeling of clarity and confidence? You are focusing on the critical events and how you want to show up in those moments. You can use this skill for a small, critical moment like confidently navigating a networking meeting, or for visualizing how you will execute your entire day. This is called process visualization. Instead of just visualizing the perfect outcome, like winning the contract, you must visualize the process. See yourself making the 5th business development call when you'd rather go home. Shortening the amount of time you get started on your work if you tend to procrastinate. Successfully steering a difficult conversation. Or see yourself resetting your focus back to the task at hand when you've gotten distracted. Mental rehearsal of the process is what creates implementation intentions, pre-decisions that automate the behavior when the moment arrives. It makes the actions feel familiar and easier. This type of mental training is crucial because the goal isn't just to succeed. It's to maintain performance even when things go wrong. Over the last 6 videos, we have built a powerful foundation for being a resilient cognitive athlete. We've covered everything from controlling emotion to reframing stress. Mental imagery is one of the most effective ways to make all of those previous skills come together and be more automatic. But we've only scratched the surface on how to maximize its impact and train it properly. There are pitfalls you want to avoid, and many types of visualization scenarios you want to rehearse. That's why I've created the Cognitive Athlete Mental Imagery Training Protocol. It includes more details on imagery, how to practice it to maximize effectiveness, and script examples. I give a clear WHOOP framework that shows you exactly how to implement process visualization and prepare for real-world obstacles, which will help your resilience and performance in the moment. It's free, and mental imagery is the fastest way to put everything we've talked about into consistent practice. Click the link below right now to download your protocol. Start training your mind today, and I'll see you in the Cognitive Athlete Lab.